Bonjour and welcome. It is I, Bahagrit of the Machine. A menu? Sure, yeah. For starters, the great machine in the basement of this factory threatened to blow. As a main course, Snøfrid put out fires, Leo failed to use a fire extinguisher, Artemis became one with the ground, and I became the ghost in the machine. Finally, for dessert, we overcame those nasty fires and calmed the machine. Now we are left in a factory with some confused dwarfs and a whole heap of mystery. Oh, and did I mention we're all still invisible?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Jester's Court. My name is Casey Reardon, I am your Dungeon Master, and joining me today, as always, we have Rachel Kordell.
Familiar with the desert, this stargazer tosses her white braid over her shoulder and looks to the sky for her answers. Artemis Alwyn Kroft.
Ooh. Can you hear the saxophone now? We have Sky Swanson.
Renald DuCane serving a plate of mystery. She walked in, legs like a lizard, a scent of oranges washing over her. Feeling my senses take me back to memories I wish to forget. She planted seeds like sesames in my mind. Wait a second, this is just orange chicken.
Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. We have Andrew Frost.
I was 7 years old when my mother disappeared. She said it was a routine gig. Into the desert, get some tech, and back out. Easy. But things are never easy in the Murrow. Part of me tells me she knew that, but she didn't want me to worry. As a guide, she used to use the winds to find her way. I'll deliver them upon the winds of change, she used to say. It was a sandstorm that took her away. Irony's a funny thing, ain't it?
What?
I play Leo.
Oh, dude, what is That's real
We're getting Leo backstory.
Was that real Leo backstory? What was that?
That's awesome.
I can't respond to that in character. That's up in ether.
And of course we have Jonas Tintenseher.
With everyone gathered in one room, it was time to reveal the truth. Who shut the lights off? Who turned them back on? Who forgot memory? And whose hand held the knife? Among the creeping shadows, only one of them had the motive, opportunity, and ability. Only one of them had power in the dark.
Oh!
Holy shit.
It was probably Renald.
It was just Renald.
Yeah, it was Renald. Those were all so good.
So we're putting saxophone in the background of that, right?
Oh, man.
It's a mini-sode. Anyway.
Yeah, can we just keep this energy going with the noir theme?
Oh, it's the noir episode, Jesus.
Yeah.
Interior, night. And the Ashland Wastes.
Interior night. There's no room. We're just in the night.
We're inside in the Ashland Wastes.
You missed a chunk of the scene header, buddy.
No, I didn't.
It's important.
Less
Casey,
is
go
more.
on.
Less is more.
I'm saving us time.
Yeah, don't direct on the page. Don't put scene locations. That's the director's job.
It's up for those nuts to figure it out. They'll know what I'm talking about. Interior.
Listen.
What kind?
All you need to know is you can't see the sky, okay? But you do know that it's night. Figure that one out.
All you need to know, there's no sun. Maybe there is. You can't see it.
It's inside.
Holy
Oh my god, okay. I gotta do this episode eventually, guys.
Oh, man. So last time, we ended a whole bunch of chaos as this massive thumping drill exploded in this mine underneath Growlo. You all rushed to try and put out the fire, creating this entity known as Baharagrat, the ghost of the machine. And you all, I guess that's kind of where we'll pick it up. The machine has been turned back on, all 3 of the furnaces now back to life, not in overdrive and not exploding. And the fire in this room has been put out. You can see down the tunnel that you came in, several more of these workers are rushing in with more fire extinguishers, but they see that the fire is out. The ones who you kind of helped put out the fire with are going on and on about Baharagrat and how he helped save them from this disaster using a floating fire extinguisher and even powering on 2 of its own furnaces.
Yeah.
But you 4 are all still invisible as this scene is kind of playing out around you. You can see that these workers are talking. They're making sure that the machine is working. You can see the one guy who caught fire initially and was the one who was mostly talking with Renald is like just kind of lightly placing a hand upon the drill and has his head bowed in reverence.
Well, I did just tell them that I'm their father, so...
That's true. You did tell them that you were their father.
Renald looks at them mournfully and then escapes away like the Phantom of the Opera.
You don't gotta be dramatic about it. They can't see you, buddy.
Oh, my boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, spirit of the mines, ask them if they can help us.
No, I cannot. I just told them I was my son, and I told them I was proud of them. No, I told them I was their father. And that's going to raise a lot of questions. I thought I was done.
You're back in town after you got cigarettes, and you need some...
It's been 2 seconds.
Have some help from them.
All right.
You're very efficient.
Or ask who she is.
Okay, fine. Renald goes over, he lights a cigarette, he puts it up against the machine into like a crack of it, and lights it so it looks like the machine is smoking. And he's just like, what was I doing? I think it was just basically Renald. Oh, I am back from getting cigarettes. I ghost in the machine. Voice probably different.
That's that smoker's lung.
You can see all the other workers coming around the cigarette, and they're all like staring wildly at it, and they're like, "What's going on?" And the guy who was on fire, I don't know if I gave him a name. He just like it's the ghost. He's my dad.
Yeah, it is I, your dad. I'm so proud of you, and I clasp him gently on the back like a breeze from the forge.
There's a shiver running through his spine that you can feel.
So, now that I've awakened fully, not that I wasn't awakened before, what is it you guys do here?
Well, we survived, Dad. We all got sent here to the Ashland Ways, and we've made a decent community of it.
I'm so proud of all of you. So proud of all. Everyone shake each other's hands.
Is he all our dads, or just this guy's dad?
I'm mainly the one guy's dad, but it feels like I could be all of your dad. So why doesn't everyone just shake each other's hands? It'll be like I'm giving you a good firm handshake.
They all start shaking each other's hands.
Amazing. Amazing.
Tremendous.
You know, this is really the community that we want to be building here, is teamwork and friendship.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Good work ethic.
Yes.
And speaking of work ethic, what are we doing down here?
Well, Dad, I thought you were the ghost of the machine. You're the one who protects us.
Again, we went over this last time. You know, it's like the machine is my body, but, you know, hey, tell me how your liver works, you know? Like, you don't know everything that goes on in there.
This feels like when my dad falls asleep in the living room, but then, like, isn't, like, you know, pretends he's not sleeping. Like, oh, no, I'm not sleeping.
That's
I was sleeping the whole time. What
That's exactly what this is.
Well, Dad, you send out these pulses that keep away the black worm.
And I'm gonna keep doing that because I hate that big old worm.
You know, it really does feel appropriate that my dad would be the one protecting me from this awful, evil worm. You know, we really appreciate it, and it would be great if you could tell us a little bit of you. Like, I haven't seen you in years. Like, what have you been up to? I mean, you died, but like,
I've been here in the machine trying to manifest myself.
I know you died in the machine like 4 years ago. You crawled into the furnace and it just burned you up.
4 years.
Well, the truth is, I'm not your father.
What?
It's complicated. You see, I absorbed his essence within me, and now we have become one.
Shut up, Snøfrid. I'm making it more convincing to them.
You see, I have consumed him, not in an ethically bad way, but in the force is with you kind of way.
No.
You know, have you ever seen Star Wars?
Wait, none of these stars fought each other.
How do we
Have you
stop
ever
this?
seen Dune?
There's several dunes outside, actually, yeah.
Well, that's a good start. So, I am sort of your father. I am sorry if I deceived you, and I place a hand on his shoulder and then quickly take it away and move away from that spot.
You feel another shiver, but this time it's colder. More ominous.
I'm losing him. No, my sons. My beautiful boys.
Oh my god.
Renald is sweating right now.
Yeah, you can see the blue spirit that is possessing Renald right now also sweating.
Can I ask?
You cannot be sweating too.
The machine is thumping to keep away the worm. But it's also, they were pulling ore from here, so it also brings up minerals, right?
Yeah.
Does double duty?
Yes. From what you saw upstairs, they had just kind of boxes and crates of it. They don't seem to really be using it for much. It's more just like a byproduct of the machine.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can use that. Maybe the ore is special.
So, tell me about this ore you guys are bringing up. My sons?
Oh, it's just regular ass iron.
Who the fuck was that? Sorry. Is that another? Oh, that's the ghost of the ore here to sing a song about the ore.
Get in there, Snøfrid.
Fire. But my feet agree to good use. Fire. Oh, that joke doesn't make sense to the audience. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Snøfrid and Renald put on a full 3-act musical about ore and being
There's
their
that
dad.
theatrical degree.
Get to smelting. Feel all your worries melting away.
We don't know too much about the ore. Not Dad.
Who is she?
It just kind of gets brought up by the machine. We're just drilling down because that's the only way that it produces the shockwave.
And another question. Ignore that other voice. Another question. Do you guys eat people?
No.
Oh, fantastic. I heard these crazy rumors in the spirit world. Renald got that right away.
Oh my god.
If only they could see your face when you said that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, can we see each other? Like, we're all invisible. Can we
You
see each other?
the blue shimmering
see, like,
spirit, but not each other.
Like,
I meant the
Oh, okay
audience.
then.
See
Okay
your
then.
face.
Yeah, good question though. What are the three of us? Are we just like gathered behind and just like observing, or?
I imagine you
Yeah,
guys
what
are like
are you doing? I don't
off
know.
to the side of the room, like just watching this debacle.
Oh, yeah,
as-
that
No, I actually I want to come over and like elbow Renald a little bit and be like, ask who she is.
Ask who it is.
She. Who's she?
She?
The one who's gonna become wise.
Yeah, don't
the one.
become wise. Yeah.
Children. Who is this woman who will become wise?
It's not a woman, Baharagra. It's the black
Yes.
worm.
Oh, the worm. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought that had something to do with the ore. Didn't realize it was a she.
Off to the side, I'm just like,
So wait a second, they're going to awaken the worm?
No. The machine broke, so they were like, we got to fix it before the worm figures out that it's not being kept away anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Sky missed that.
Wait, the sky missed that?
How do we fix this?
There's no sky. Interior night.
I think it's fixed.
We established that case.
Oh my god,
There's no sky. There's only interior night.
Interior night sounds like a great like parody spy thriller.
Oh God.
Or like
Okay.
a HGTV show about like medieval home decorating.
Yes.
Oh, with a K, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a Hallmark movie if I've ever heard one.
Well,
So they don't produce anything. They just sit here and keep the worm away.
well, I have 2 more requests for you. We fix this machine, and if you give me directions, I can use my many hands. And Renald just sort of like, oh no, we can't see each other, but hopefully you get the implication. And I'll use my many hands to make it easier as well. And then my second thing, take some of your valuables and put it out in the dune about a 1/4 mile south of here. Then don't look at it for a while.
I mean, the machine's pretty much fixed at this point, not dead.
Oh, great. So just the valuables then.
Well, okay. We don't have much here, but we can do our best.
Well, if you got, like, I don't know, a magic item or something, something cool,
I mean, there's some junk that we found in the mine when we first kind of started here. I don't know if it's magic or not.
Great.
But
Take that. I mean, it's useless to you guys anyway, but your old dad. He wants you back behind that
you just
dune.
said you weren't my dad, though. You absorbed him.
Sorry. Again, it's the whole essence thing. I absorbed him, so I see myself as your father. But you're right. I'll respect your boundaries, stepson.
It's the holy trinity of Bahagrit, the machine, and his dad. They're all technically the same.
Oh, God.
Anywho, hop, skip, and a jump, and I'll be real proud of you, boy.
Sure thing. And he runs off down the mine.
Renald is just walking to you guys like fingers in suspenders, being like, that went pretty good.
That was really impressive, Renald.
How the hell did you do that?
It's almost as if the DM did not make me roll a single die. We're
Honestly,
gonna move quickly before he can give us the chance. Let's go.
Solely going off of Ghost of the Machine being one of my favorite things that has happened this entire show.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so if maybe we can get something out of that junk. I'm also curious why there's a blue dot on Themis's map here. I wonder if we can figure
it
that
might
out
be
somehow.
that it's just kind of like signifying active old world tech or something like that. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just like an
maybe just-
important location.
But
That
there's
is
That's a good guess.
There are also blue dots in Rokul, Mossmore, Sozonis, and Caldore. And of all of those, that could be true except for Caldore. They wouldn't have it there because of the Watchful Eye. So it must be something else.
Unless it is hidden. I mean, from what
Yeah.
you have told me, these facilities have been underground, hidden, or use some sort of like control to to fix people.
Actually, that's true. Who's to say, though?
It could be true, but I suspect based on the obelisk thing, because those are also placed in locations of high tech or magic, I suspect it's something else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think it could be?
Impressionable people.
Well, you heard the DM.
Shit,
Okay.
we have been at all of these places.
Well, I don't know what it could be, but it's possible because they're placed in major locations. It could be some kind of communication or transportation spell. There is high-level conjuration magic that can transport you between arcane emplacements. It could be these are places where she has allies. It could be these are places where she has enemies. Could be places where she took a nice vacation. I also suspect, based on the green dots, I wonder if these things are they connected to the obelisks at all because she has the obelisks on the map, or is it more of a like this is just where she put it's just an atlas of all the things she cares about. It could literally be like, this is a shop. This is where I bought those shoes I liked that one time, you know?
I think it's more likely to be that, to be honest.
I don't think it's that insignificant. I don't think these dots are just places where you bought something. I think that's a little bit too, I don't know.
I agree, but we don't have any other, we don't have any other way of knowing,
What do you guys think it is? Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. If you get it right, good job.
I mean, not to take impressionable people as a note, but it could be that there are just people that exist in this space that could be used in some way or another for her purposes.
Well, we've only seen about, I don't know, a small amount of the space here. I would like to, now that we know that they're not hostile, I would like to explore the rest of the factory and see if we can suss something out. We could keep up a detect magic spell.
I agree.
Look for some sign of what could be here.
I agree.
Okay. I can't do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So the plan is to kind of walk around the grounds of this facility with a detect magic up.
Yeah,
is that kind of the plan?
It's going to take a while because I'm going to keep ritually casting and then it only lasts for 10 minutes, but yeah.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. So in this main room where you currently are, where this drill is and where the smokestack is that kind of leads up to the center building of Growlo, you don't detect any magic. There's a decent amount of tech in here, including the drill, the lights, and the rail system as well. You get a good look at some of these carts, and it does seem like there is some tech involved here. I think maybe you're even observing some of the workers, and you can see that there's a current that runs from the rail into the cart itself that shoots the cart along the rails. So you can tell that there's some tech there. And then you start walking up the tunnel to maybe get a view to see if there's anything magical back in the other rooms where you were initially. And as you start walking down the tunnel, you get a ping of magic.
Ooh.
Okay.
You're walking along and you notice that one of the walls of the tunnel has kind of collapsed a little bit. And you get the sense that this has probably happened from that last big explosion of the drill that kind of shook the entire facility. And you peek in and you can see that there's a small side chamber that maybe was caved in on or they covered up, but it looks like you can get in there now with a little bit of effort.
We're going in there.
Yeah, absolutely, we're going in there.
Let's
Yep,
try and clear a
Renald,
path.
you can fit in there, right?
We going gung-ho.
So you move some of the collapsed rock out of the way. None of the workers are in the tunnel at this point, so it doesn't look weird. And as you get in there, that magic is emanating stronger and stronger each rock you take off. And inside, you see that there are two altars facing one another on opposite sides of the room. The one on the left is topped with a wilted pot of flowers and a ring. The other one seems to have offerings of food that have been placed atop of it that sit in perfect condition. There's also a small brooch on this altar as well.
Can I use Detect Magic's action to determine spell schools?
Yes. So from the altar that has the food and the brooch, you get a strong sense of abjuration magic. And from the other altar with the wilted pot and the ring, you get a sense of evocation magic.
Okay.
Do you want to take a closer look at the altars, I should say?
You sure do.
Asking if we want to take a closer look.
I see auras around objects, so the altars are magical, or any of the things on the altars magical separately?
Everything on the altars is magical.
Oh, excellent.
Including the flowers?
Yep.
We're gonna stop to smell the roses. We're gonna not bite the hand that feeds us. We're gonna put a ring on it. I mean, we're gonna something with a brooch.
A brooch with caution.
A brooch with caution.
Good.
Smell the flowers.
We'll inspect anything. I'll hold a hand and be like, okay, everything in this room is magical. Don't touch anything just yet, in case we anger the real spirit of the mines.
I was the spirit of the machine. You don't understand. That was my voice.
But you're not the spirit of the mines.
Oh, yeah,
That is true.
Yeah,
that could be a different character, though.
Witch.
It would be a different character.
Renald pulls out a notepad and starts taking notes, like the spirit of the machine, the mines.
You build that lore.
Yeah, I'll,
Who wants to snag it?
So you go over to...
Who wants to trigger that trap?
Which one are you going over to first, Snøfrid?
Let's check out the flowers.
Okay.
I like
Yes,
flowers.
the thing that's apparently dead, of course. Looks so safe.
Evocation magic could be healing
That's true.
Could it?
in this edition.
Ah.
So you go over to
True.
the altar that has the wilted flowers and the ring. And pretty quickly, you recognize this as an altar to ruin.
Oh,
Never mind. Never
Hell
mind.
yeah.
put it back.
The flowers are wilted and dead. You can see that the petals kind of break off as you step up. Even the slightest breeze of you walking up to it, the petal is so dried out that it just drops off of the plant. And you get this energy emanating from the ring that is more acting as that evocation magic. The flowers seem to be affected by the magic of the altar rather than them having an inherent magic themselves.
Oh, I was really excited to have a magic flower pot.
Mm-hmm.
We already have.
I mean, I can come up with something if you
with a
want, but
frog in it.
No.
I put the frog on the
It's
ruin
the
altar.
spirit of the mines.
You're done.
he dies instantly.
Okay. Yeah, and the other one.
Going over to the other altar, you recognize it as an altar of preservation.
The food was preserved
Yeah,
and
that
the
makes
flowers
sense.
were ruined. So if we put the flowers on the preservation table, will he come back?
Oh yeah, we tried that.
Yeah, wait.
I grabbed some flowers I put on the on the other
I don't know
table.
if this is a puzzle.
You take the flowers off of the altar to ruin.
Mhm.
And as you pick them up, more petals kind of fall off of it, but you bring it over to Preservation's altar. And slowly you can see color returning to the stems at first, moving up throughout the plant until it blossoms. You can see all of the dead and decaying portions of the petals fall off, and new, bright, vibrant colors kind of burst out in new petals.
That is quite curious. I would have expected preservation to just keep it the way it was.
Maybe that's the way it was before it was put on the ruin altar.
Yes, it's trying to just sort of restore it to the way that it originally had seen it.
It's like an antiquities dealer, okay?
Anyway, one of these is clearly way nicer than the other one, so I feel like we should go with the nicer one.
I mean, do we have to make a choice? Maybe we can just take all
Ooh,
the
we'll
things?
snag them at the exact same time so we can keep them.
Yeah, what is the point of these being here both together?
Are they like hooked up into anything, or are they just like sitting pretty?
They're sitting pretty. And
Yeah.
Leo, as you are kind of looking at
Some
both of
cute
the
altars.
altars, you do feel a reverence coming from the spirit within you.
Oh, Velma has some kind of experience with this.
They had these gods back then. Okay. I mean, I guess we knew that, but
I mean, weren't the gods around like forever?
yeah. I just, doctrines change. It's just interesting that they see them the same way
Yeah.
that we do.
Okay.
So recognizable, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that we would recognize what they recognize.
Which one is old Velms there saying we should go get?
am I feeling like pulled in any specific way or just to both?
You get an equal amount of reverence from both of them. And
Cool. Let's just
what I'll
snag 'em.
say is you kind of get the sense that both ruin and preservation are important to Velma. I don't know if I want to give you full insight into why that is, but
Roll!
You want to give me secret
Roll.
chat, Casey?
Roll!
no, I don't want to give you specifically anything.
Oh,
you can give me a
shoot,
roll.
Andrew.
Roll!
You can
Roll
yeah.
insight! Roll!
I bet
Yeah,
Snøfrid's
go
gonna sort
ahead,
of
go ahead and roll me an insight check.
An insight check.
Or
Oh, of
you can
course.
roll
I'm so good at insight.
religion,
Look-
either one.
Oh, let's see. Insight, I believe, yeah, -1. Religion, +1.
It's a 0% chance or more than 0% chance.
Right, it's a 50-50. You get
I
it or you
feel like insight makes more sense, even though it's the worst stat.
No, kind of both make sense.
It's not a choice I would make, but I respect it.
16.
Okay.
Good job.
I'll take
With
it.
a 16, you start kind of putting the pieces together as to why miners might worship both ruin and preservation.
They gotta break down walls, but also
They have to destroy in order to get at what they need, but they pray to preservation to keep them safe. It is a dangerous job, as you kind of saw with the gas that came out, with the explosions that happened. They equally worship both ruin and preservation because the two need to work together in harmony in order for them to do their job.
Okay.
With my detect magic, do I get the sense that the food is like the flowers? It's not inherently magical. It's just been preserved.
You get the sense that it is magically being preserved, but there seems to be a little bit more to it than that.
Okay. So Snøfrid will lay out a little blanket in the middle of the two altars and kneel down and kind of gesture for everyone to kneel down with her.
I kneel.
I'll kneel.
What are we doing?
I think we're
just
praying.
I just want to say a little prayer before we rob the gods.
Okay then.
Wait, hold on. We're robbing the... What do you mean?
No, we're not robbing the gods.
Well, we're taking the magic items.
We're
We need them.
displacing their belongings
I mean,
for a
dude.
period of time.
Look, this is all going to be covered in the prayer, okay?
Okay. Renald won't participate. Renald goes to the back of the room.
So I will say,
Praise.
ruin and preservation. Hello, it's me, Snøfrid. We don't talk much, and you probably know why better than I do. But I just wanted to check in and make sure that if we take these things from your altars, we're not incurring your wrath, because we're doing it in order to defeat this god Chaos, who does not like you and who you probably don't like. So it's for a good cause. Please don't smite us. Thank you. And I wait for like 3 seconds to make sure I don't get immediately smote.
Smote.
I just like if there's no
Smoten?
immediate sign of like the cavern collapse or anything, then I'll be like, okay, and I'll just start taking things off the altars.
Can I make some kind of check, like, via my own connection with my own god, that this would be, like, seen
Groovy.
as... Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll religion.
Okay, cool. Because I'm not 100% kosher. I get it, and honestly, I don't think change would particularly care, but just from my own awareness. It's a 12.
With a 12, change is not one for offerings necessarily. Change is a god that thinks if you're going to leave something on an altar, it's a waste of whatever that is.
Better recycle it, yeah.
You have a sense that preservation might be more upset than ruin overall. That being said, if it can help, if you use the things to help preserve something, then perhaps it could be looked over.
Okay. So then, I guess, as Snøfrid goes to get up, maybe you take something off of Ruin's altar first, and I go, if we're going to take something from preservation, we should use it with her in mind. Just take it.
Okay, sure.
Take it with the intention of, I don't know, what is something we're preserving life, I guess. I don't know what.
We're preserving status quo, really. But to be honest, I think that just depends on what the things are, like what they do.
That's fair.
I mean, we could always put something back, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some stuff.
And, what's, one altar to another? We can put these back on a different altar in the future. And if we all die, we'll get to meet them and we can give them back in person.
Good point.
I don't think we take our physical things with us beyond.
What? But that's like the one thing everyone says is you can definitely take it with you.
Yeah, if you get buried with it, then it goes with you. We all know this.
That's why graves are all empty.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if we die here, it's probably from a giant evil worm, so it'll be just being dirt anyway.
I'm just staring at Artemis. I start reaching for the preservation altar.
I go for the ruined one.
I walk up and I take it, but I take it with like the mental intention that I'm using it to preserve whatever good is in this world right now, because something is trying to disrupt it.
Aww.
Which one are you taking?
Probably the brooch.
And I'll take the ring.
Okay.
But I say like a little prayer, like I promise I'll use this, in your name to preserve the good of the world, basically.
All right. You kind of pick it up, and as you do so, you feel a sense of protection. Maybe it's preservation's eyes on you. Maybe it's something else, but it doesn't feel bad.
We go through all this. It's just like there's a seventh god that's like unrelated to all of them.
No, but I take that as a sign of an okay. So I just
Snøfrid, as you take the ring, you feel something kind of absorb within you a little bit.
Whoa.
You feel a darkness, a feeling that destruction needs to be wrought, and then it kind of slowly starts fading a little bit. But as you look at the ring, you feel like it needs to be used.
I don't put it on, but I kind of hold it up and spin it in my fingers, and I go mentally kind of like, don't worry, we'll get there.
Are you not going to put it on?
No, I want to inspect it first, make sure it's not going to kill me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you want me to put it on? I got, I'm pretty hardy.
Don't want to let it kill you either.
All right, fine.
It's just sensible not to rush into these things, you know?
All right.
Yeah, study him up a bit.
I'm the spirit of the machine, but what do I know? And Renald leaves. Renald leaves the room.
Oh no, we made him upset.
I'll pile the food into my bag as well.
Okay. Is there any signs of my boys hauling a bunch of junk out into the desert?
Yeah, it's not really a large thing that they're carrying, but you can see that the main miner who you've been communicating is kind of rushing to the elevator at this point with a small sack. And he hits the button and starts heading up.
We slide in to the elevator with him.
Okay, you're all crowded in the elevator with him.
Press against the walls to not touch him.
Not breathing.
When he starts pacing back and forth, we have to like slide against the walls in like perfect unison.
It stops at a different floor, and you see more people are trying to get on, and it gets even more crowded. You have zero room to move.
We lift Snøfrid above all of us, so Snøfrid is like jammed into the ceiling, and we all have to like scuttle back and forth.
Can I get some like horseshoes of spider climb?
That would be rad.
That's what's in the bag. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I actually. So, as we're leaving the tunnel, are there any other detect magic pings on the way out?
Yeah,
you're getting
other rooms.
No, not from the other rooms, but you are getting it from the bag.
Okay, cool.
If we have to work on getting out of the elevator or whatever, that's fine. But I don't think that what we just saw was the blue dot, whatever it would be. So I would like to keep searching the facility if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Really? Okay. I feel like it was what we saw, but all right. No, we don't get in the elevator.
I don't know why Themis would care about two altars to different gods. She like.
It's not so much the altar, it's the giant drill that keeps the worm away. It's like a point of interest. It's functional technology.
It could be that, but then what are these dots in these other places, right? Like what's in Rakul?
Well, we haven't been there. We don't know.
Well, we've been to one of them.
I know, but we didn't get a proper time to explore. I bet there was a big-ass machine inside that tree.
That's fair.
I could put money on that one.
Very possible.
Yeah, we can't, we could draw conclusions from what we know, but we can't really draw it from what we don't know.
There's no harm in searching, though.
Yeah, okay. We do it once over.
So you walk throughout the rest of the facility. Most of it is this kind of big warehouse building that you guys are just in. And coming up the elevator, you check out some of the other rooms. Mostly you're seeing the crates of this ore that has been kind of put out. Some of it is just iron. Some of it's just rock. They're just trying to find a place to put it. Although you can see that sometimes they just throw it outside the fence that's kind of surrounding the entire facility. You can see that there are a couple of bunks in here, as well as maybe a few other studies like you saw initially in one of the rooms attached to this main floor on the first floor. And after leaving this building, you go and check out some of the others. Some of them are small little houses, mostly just kind of like one room with a small stove, beds. They're living better than you might think people living in the Ashland Woods would be, but they're living kind of minimally overall. They don't have a lot of the resources that the rest of Varlumis or Ederland or Spear all have. But they're doing fairly well. You can see that there are gardens where they're trying to grow their own food. It's not very healthy looking food, mostly like kind of fairly withered plants. The The soil isn't great to grow, but they've done their best to make small gardens work. But other than that, you don't see much else of incredible interest. You can see that there are some younger kids kind of running around here. It's if they are continuing to try and live as much of a normal life as possible, even though there's a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a nice place. I could retire here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely need some
We may have
miracle
to.
grow or something, but
Okay, so other than that, there's really nothing else.
Nope. Seems like it.
Interest, yeah.
So probably it is the machine.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
Score 1 for Sky. Eat my. Sorry, that was purely.
So
joke.
then
boy.
I'm very curious what it is in Caldore that the Watchful Eye has not dismantled.
That would be cool to see. I am also very curious what they might have.
Are you asking that in character or out of character?
That's in here. That's
Do you
that's where
know?
Snøfrid's from.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
yeah,
you
no.
know?
it's the train.
No, it's not that I know, but just based on I don't know, the perception of, how you've described the Watchful Eye in many of our off-camera interactions. I don't know, it kind of feels like perhaps they may not be telling you everything.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely not telling you everything.
Yeah, but but if they were in and out of character, I think if they were hoarding something, they would be hoarding it at their like base, not in the city. That they're kind of like the shadow government of the continent, and the Caldore is on the opposite end from their headquarters.
But they could either be something they don't know about, or if they do
Right.
know about it, then
So either way, I'm very curious what that is.
It was a defense of some kind.
could go either way, I think.
Wait,
Wait.
Let's get all this junk that they
Yeah.
left us.
exactly.
Yeah,
we head
let's get the
south.
bag.
Okay. So you see this guy run off to that dune that you had mentioned. He places the bag on the ground, just kind of looks around. I think maybe some of the other ones followed him out there. They're kind of trying to watch his back, as there are dangerous things outside of Grallo. But he places it, looks around to see if anything happens, and then he turns and goes back, not looking back as you had instructed him to do, to not look at it, possibly just floating up in the air and walking away.
As this group is heading out, Renald will address them one more time. And it's just like, I am weak out here, but once the machine is active again, I will no longer be able to communicate with you. I am so proud of all of you, my true sons. And then again.
Wasn't the machine already active downstairs? Yeah, it was.
Gotta check it.
That's kind of weird.
The last vestiges of my strength are to protecting you.
That was beautiful.
That's adorable.
It's quite
So
nice.
proud of my boys. They don't eat people. It's just a rumor. Anyway, I run over and I rip this sack open. I'm like, what'd I get? It's Christmas.
Opening up the sack, you see a total
It's
of
Margaret.
Is it a shoe?
3 different items. 4 different items.
Yeah.
All right.
Shinies.
I need a right shoe.
A left shoe.
I put it on anyway. I shove my foot in there.
It's a little uncomfortable, but
It's a little comfortable, but it's better than being barefoot, maybe.
My foot is so burned.
You find a portable hole.
Very fun.
Okay.
You find a horn with a lion's head as the mouth.
Okay.
that's cool.
Very cool.
And you find a lyre.
Oh, I can
Oh.
play that.
Rad. I snagged that liar.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
am
okay.
a bard, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Oh, which one's magic? Are they all magic? Is it the
It's
shoe?
all, I mean, the shoe's not magic, but
I wish it was
It's just a
magic.
left
the
shoe.
foot you put it on.
Then maybe it would become a right shoe.
Yeah.
if you attune to it, it becomes whatever shoe it needs to be.
Okay.
It matches your other set. You know what? It is magic. It's a magic shoe that automatically matches whatever you pair it with.
Oh, it's gonna be really sad when you use that later.
Incredible.
But it's still left. It's just
It's still a left shoe. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, it just matches. Oh,
Matches the style.
Yeah, it just matches the style.
all right. Okay, so I have some sort of lyre now. Renald instantly plays that lyre, like he's been playing it for thousands of years.
So, Renald, you grab the lyre and just kind of pluck it, and it sounds really beautiful, and then you get this strong sense that something is wrong, and the notes are kind of going sour in your ear, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
As the spirit of the machine, I don't have ears, so I'm just gonna not roll.
Does everyone hear it sour?
Did you say a wisdom save?
I did say a wisdom save.
Yeah, do we all hear it go bad, or does it still sound nice to us?
It sounds nice to you guys.
A minus.
So just Renald.
It only starts sounding bad because it sounds bad to him and it's messing him up.
Yeah, just a solid -3 to this roll. That's a 6, baby, total.
All right, those sour notes just burrow into your brain, and you take max damage of 8 psychic damage.
Oh! Ow! Oh man, I still don't have a lot of health. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I'm down to 22.
Forgot we took some damage.
Oh, I took a lot of damage. I think
I had never in this game. We never had the time or the money to have me and Barnabas copy all each other's spells, so I don't have identify.
Oh no!
So this is just.
It's okay.
I mean, you can identify properties on a short rest, so this is going to take longer than normal. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, okay then.
Each item will take an hour to identify.
Okay. We hike a little bit farther away. We find maybe like a rock or like some scraggly trees to hang out by, and
trees.
And just examine all these objects.
Said the druid.
You take some time to sit down and look each one of these over, and we'll start kind of in the order that you got everything.
Sure.
So first you take a look at the brooch that you took. It is a small brooch with a pin on the back, obviously, and the face of it is 2 shields. And you recognize that this is a brooch of shielding.
Ooh, okay.
You then take a look at the ring. It's a small silver ring with 2 ram's heads facing away from each other, and this is a ring of the ram.
Yeah, rad.
Yeah.
A ring of what?
The ram.
Oh.
For audience reference, brooch of shielding, resistance to force damage, and immunity and magic missile.
Ooh.
And
It's really good.
Ring of the Ram gives you some actions that you can use to do telekinetic shoves and stuff.
Cool.
So that's definitely going to Leo, because I think he has the least action economy.
Thank you.
Next up, we already described the shoe. So
we're going to give that to Artemis.
Yay!
You guys wrestle Renald and rip it off of it. Like, no, what are you doing?
We identify the shoe, and everyone just turns and looks at Renald, and he goes, no, and then it just hard cuts to.
It goes on my tail.
Renald with a black eye.
Yeah. And just Artemis, with her new shoe tail, just ooh.
I don't understand. You don't even need it.
Give it to Renald.
Yeah.
Then we have the portable hole, which, again, for the audience, it's basically, you can throw it up against a wall or on the ground, and it makes an entrance or a pit. I think it goes 10 feet deep. So you can put something in a wall, and it will basically open up that section of wall. If you put it in the ground, you can make a 10-foot hole. And the last one is the lyre. This is an instrument of the bards.
Oh.
Specifically, it is the Clee lyre.
The Clee lyre?
CLI lyre. Basically, all instruments of the bards let you cast specific spells, fly, invisibility, levitate, and protection from good and evil. But this one in particular also allows you to cast Stone Shape, Wall of Fire, and Wind Wall.
Holy crap, that's so good.
And if you attempt to play it without being attuned, that's what happened. You weren't attuned when you strummed it.
I was waiting for that.
Oh, so that's what happened.
That's why.
Something else specific about the lyre as well. You can use it to cast any one of its spells, but once it's been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again.
That you get one
until the next day
per day. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Does use your spellcasting DC.
Okay.
Can we use the Loot's DC? Because I don't know.
No.
Because Renald's not a primary spellcaster.
Only if we throw it at somebody and make them play it.
That's fair. If you want to do psychic damage that way.
Yeah, that would be a DC 13.
And then rip it out of their hands and
Okay,
cast something
well,
else.
so I mean, a lot of those. I mean, fly, invisibility, protection from evil are good, and wind wall. Those don't need saves. Those are just
None
good.
of them really
Wall
need
of
saves.
Stone shape, obviously, that's
Yeah.
just like a transport spell,
Correct.
levitate. Wall of fire then is the only one that really hurts, and I think that's still half damage on a fail. So like that's still a good zoning spell.
But also we got a horn? Did you say what the horn does?
Yes,
We're
I
gonna
did
do
not
it.
say what the horn is.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So the horn, as I said before, it has this lion head as the bell of this horn, and it is a horn of blasting.
Ooh.
Hmm.
So for the horn of blasting, this one does have its own specific DC, and you can deal thunder damage with it and deafen people with it.
Whoa. I blow into it.
No, you don't.
You actually have to speak the horn's command word, so
Oh, do we know
it
it?
just sounds like a horn.
Yeah, con saves for thunder and damage. Okay.
I'm just going to add that to my sheet.
Yep, go for it.
Do I have to attune to that? No, right?
Not the horn, the lyre, yes.
I'm not sure who should take the horn.
I think I should. I'm usually up in the front of combat anyway, and that's where having that 30-foot cone is going to be the best.
But I'm also there, and your actions I think are more valuable because you have more attacks.
Yeah, but this was a gift from my boys.
Well, but you have the lyre as well.
The horn is a damage in a 30-foot cone, so you don't need to be up in the fight for that.
That is true. That is true. Okay, you can take it. You can take this gift away from me.
I don't
fine.
know if I should have it either. I'm wondering if we should give it to Leo as well. Andrew, you're great, and Leo's wonderful, but you have the least like action economy in terms of being able to account for situations.
Yeah, it's true.
You hit things once and do a sneak attack, and a sneak attack is good, but if you can't get a sneak attack or something, Ring of the Ram and Horn of Blasting gives you some AoE, and Ring of the Ram gives you some range.
All right, I give it to Leo.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think Horn and
Let me
and
just
range
hit
should both go to Leo.
unequip, delete. It's fine.
Something
I
else
don't-
about the horn that is fun for
Yeah.
the viewers is every time it's used, there's a 20% chance it explodes.
Ooh,
I think I should
love it.
definitely go to Leo.
I think it should
I like
definitely
that
go
for
to
Leo.
Leo. Could I give it to my Echo, and the Echo can just blow it every time?
Wait, there's no save on that.
No, it just explodes and you take a lot of damage.
It's
and
in
the
your
horn is
mouth.
destroyed.
I
That
don't.
should maybe go to Artemis because she has resistance to fire damage.
What's life without a little risk?
A little
Yeah,
danger.
I love that
Little
game.
Danger.
Renald gets the lyre, and I don't
And
really
the
know
shoe.
what to do with the brooch of shielding. Should go to.
I think that should go to me as well.
I think Renald or Artemis because I have shield, and
I just want. I just
could
want
use
more
it.
protection all the time. But no, that can go to you. I already have an AC of 18.
Brooch of Shielding doesn't add to AC, it's just immunity to magic missile and resistance to force.
I throw it on the ground. I don't want it anymore.
I'll take it.
Okay, give it to
I
Artemis.
already had it.
That's
is-
dirty
this
and
is
doesn't work
garbage
now
to me.
because Renald threw it on the ground.
Yeah.
That's
It's
think-
crazy.
isn't it-
Ash from the Ashland Waste is the only thing that can negate its power.
I was gonna say, isn't it an artifact of preservation? It should preserve itself.
After kind of divvying out these magical items that you have kind of acquired, either by taking them from the altar or being gifted them by your children, you spend the night
Stepchildren. I'll
outside.
clarify.
Stepchildren, my mistake. It's hard to keep track with everything that was changing in that story.
Yeah.
You set up camp and you are thinking to yourselves, this might be one of the last times that we have to rest and recuperate before we go into this fight up against Themis, this villain who you faced not that long ago, only like 2 weeks, but who wiped the floor with you pretty much, taking away one of your party members. What's going through your minds at this point? Are you having any conversation with each other?
I think Snøfrid's doing what I was doing and do it just like full tactics mode. And like, okay, we cast this, and then we do this, and then we spring this, and we have to take out this, and maybe we can separate the hags. And
Renald is purely focused on making a good meal and is just like, you say something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking Artemis is kind of feeling like joined this journey because she couldn't go home. And here we are pretty much saving the world, I think. Possibly. It's hard to tell, but it's kind of there's definitely a moment of reflection like, that's crazy. and looking around at everybody and thinking of Barnabas, who's away somewhere.
We just look up in the stars, and there's just a constellation of Atrix winking at us.
Oh, Jesus.
And Hesk, who we're gonna save, who I probably related to the most out of everyone. Crazy.
Thinking back maybe to that moment after you came out from the underwater factory and had that conversation and then that prayer to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, definitely. Praying to change. That's definitely what she's doing.
Leo?
Come back to me.
Well, you're the last one.
Oh, no. I think Leo's been kind of thinking a bunch of things throughout the night. But I think as it gets closer to actually going to bed, he's going to go up to Snøfrid and pull her aside for a spell.
Yeah, I can do spells.
Well, I mean, I just meant for like a brief moment, but I like where you're going with that.
Okay, sorry. What's up?
So, I've been thinking, because we've seen a lot of crazy stuff on this little adventure of ours we've been going on. So, back in the mines, I saw that they had a generator that was like powered. It used to be powered by some kind of fuel, I guess, but they converted it to magic, which kind of made me think about the first using Gorloks as a power source too, and as a Sata, I'm chock full of magic, and I'd never been able to use it. But what I'm trying to get at is, I mean, I've always been good at taking apart tech and breaking it down into smaller pieces, but you've been able to create such amazing things, like building up. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is, would you be able to make some kind of like device or something to like use the magic that I got, rattling around in here and like kind of spit it out?
Leontis. I hold both sides of his face.
I like it. I feel loved. Yeah.
This is like the one thing that I've got down pat.
I knew you could do it, gal.
Listen, I like pull out my mana engine, which at this point I've been like tinkering and adding so much to. It's this extremely complicated mechanical contraption that barely fits in my saddlebags anymore. And I put it on the ground and go, okay, so I don't have the material to make you one of these, and I rummage around in my bags and I'm like, oh, no, wait, I don't have it. Do you have that necklace that you took from Eloise?
Yeah, I do, I think. Yeah, hold on, it's right here somewhere, and rummage around and yoink it out.
So I take that, and then I'm not mechanically inclined enough to describe exactly what this looks like. But I like take the amulet, pop it open, and release the inner workings of her, armor thing, and come up with this little, I don't know, Leo, what does it look like when we've finished tinkering a little bit?
I guess when all's said and done, it kind of looks like this brass gauntlet that has kind of enveloped the left arm of Leo.
Yeah,
with this tiny little, almost like a repulsor like array in the.
Yeah, we took off one of the gauntlets off the armor and just modified the hell out of it,
repurposing some of the magical power that kind of emanates to make the whole armor just armor, and kind of affixing it just to the gauntlet and making it slightly more powerful but more specific.
Yeah, it looks extremely Final Fantasy.
Man, with this, the pompadour, like...
Yeah, you are quite the character. And we for flavor integrate the Ring of the Ram into it, so the repulsor is like a ram head.
Oh, that's dope!
Yeah, I love that.
Hell yeah.
See, this is so good at ideas. Like, I can't get that. How do you manage that, Freddy?
I don't think it's a happy answer. I can give it if you want.
I mean, do you want to give it? I don't want to, like, bring you down.
I mean, I was alone as a kid and had a lot of free time and wasn't really sure where I came from, but I found this great machine that people had forgotten about. It seemed like, I don't want to say it was calling me because I don't think it was, but maybe I was calling it, and I don't know, I just kind of fell into it. I mean, I'm still pretty young, relatively. I don't really know how long centaurs live for, but I guess it's just what I know, I know machines, people are harder.
Well, I'd say by now you know us pretty well.
No, this has been, look, we've been friends for like, I don't know,
Like
a month,
Yeah.
2 months maybe, and it has been like the best crash course in people skills. I feel on top of the world and also completely invincible. So I'm not worried about what's happening next because I'm a golden god.
There you go, gal. You got 2 other friends here with us. We're about to get another one back. And hopefully Barnabas shows up. I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
I think I don't know either, but I am guessing that he's with magic, and I mean that in like a literal way and not like a he's dead way. And
Yeah, I get that.
somehow I hope magic will be able to throw us a bone. I mean, I know she can't like get out of her forest, but maybe with Barnabas's help, they can. One of those third act twists you're always hearing so much about.
Like a courier system.
Well, this thing is beautiful. You're beautiful. I can't believe we knocked this out in a night.
I know, right? It's crazy. It's
wild how these things
We
work
pan to the
out.
horizon and the sun is rising.
I hold up like a blue ribbon I got from the speedsmithing contest. in my
Oh,
village.
solid.
Well deserved.
Listen, there's one thing I know, it's speed.
Greasy, fast speed.
Ka-chow.
And that's where we'll end the session.
How could you do that to me, Rachel? How could you do that to me?
It was really easy. I just said it. I'll do it again.
disrespect.
Ka-chow.
I think we
Holy
found the
shit.
name of the episode, though. Greasy Fast Speed.
Greasy
Ka-chow.
fast speed. Greasy fast speed, ka-chow.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Does anyone have anything they'd like to plug?
No! Just kidding.
Oh.
You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's for all my streamness, and at Rachel Kordell for my personal social medias.
Tin.
Tum, 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 tum.
Tum-rum-pa-bum-pum. TINTENSEHER. Linktree, Patreon, YouTube, itch.io. I mean, I'm not going to list all of the services. Guess which ones I'm on. And it's a fun game.
It's like
And
Google search.
if you can break my code and figure out all the websites I'm on,
Another code?
you can follow me.
Oh boy, more codes!
More codes!
Magical.
Anything fun you're working on now, Jonas?
Is there? I mean, I've been working on Spectres and Spurs, my Weird West RPG. Been cranking that out. I've got some other stuff going on that I don't really know where it's at, but yeah, lots of stuff. I do things.
Yeah!
Woo! Keep an eye out for stuff on Ava and Eli Forever, because we're going to try and be filming that hopefully soon. And getting the pilot filmed to submit to festivals and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. Also, shout out to my dad for listening to every episode of the podcast and leaving us a review.
Yeah! Go, Dad! Goodbye!
What? Rate the episode. Leave us a review.
No, that was the review. Thanks, Casey's dad. Goodbye!
Thank you, Mr. Reardon.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.